Alright guys, now do you see it is rendered, well the preview rendered anyway, and as you can see it looks pretty nice. As you can see the text did not render or in black, so you don't have to be worried about that. If you do, you probably do not have global illumination on. Global illumination, just basically lighting is illuminating. The lighting is if you didn't have any lighting then it wouldn't be anything. As you can see on the spheres, they aren't as rough as they were. I don't know why I was having that problem, and they usually, a lot of roughness comes out in the actual render. But you can see the nice reflections of the softbox in the studio. Again, if you don't have softboxes, you'll see the reflection of your planes, which actually look a little better and actually reflections. So that'll be good for you. And you can see the other spheres here and the reflection as well. Now, that's basically it for your tutorial. To click render, you just click this middle button here, and that'll render. See, it'll pop up this window, and it'll start rendering actually, and save it to the file you set in your render setting. But I'm going to cancel that render. And yep, that's basically it. So, like I said, I was gonna try some soft textures. So let's do that. Do that. Find them soft textures. Forgot where they were. Yeah, right here. Soft, whatever. We're just gonna do some random colors. Some blues, green, whatever. Drag those on there. Broncos colors, go Broncos. Woo. And we're gonna render that out, and I'll speed this up again, or just cut it out this time. Yeah, I'll just cut it out this time. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright guys, we're back here with the soft textures, and you can see it doesn't look half bad. It actually looks pretty good. Soft textures are pretty easy to create. You can put textures on them if you want, but you just don't really put reflection on them. And you kind of mess around with the settings, like specular and other things like that. So if you want the pack I have for these textures, it's Grayscale Gorillas. You go ahead and head over to his website, grayscalegorilla.com. I'll put it in the description. These things do cost money, but I'm pretty sure you can snoop around and get them for free, even though, you know, it's not the nicest thing to do. But, and if you want just basic things like softboxes, like these, you can pretty much get them for free in people's GFX pack, so you don't really have to, you know, get the premium things for free. You know, you can just, I'm pretty sure you can get just a little studio and some softboxes for free. I used to have some free things before my computer got, you know, wiped because it had a bad hard drive. But I used to have some free things, but now I have the good things. But you know, they work just fine. They're pretty fine. You just want to make sure you get some quality ones. You know, these are really good since they are premium. But of course, you can find free ones that are really good as well. So that's basically it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you out, and I hope you enjoy the backgrounds you made. Well, guys, I can't believe I forgot, but we do have to pull this photo into Photoshop. Now, this is some optional things you can do just to make it look a little better. As you can see, I did do graphic design, and I did the little grid pattern on the Codezah, over the Codezah text and above on the shadows, which look pretty good. So, once you render, bring your render into Photoshop. Any version of Photoshop pretty works. Let's see where my raw is. Okay, there we go. So this is the render we had from a while ago. As you can see, the reflections were nice, and the reflections on here, and you get some shadows on the bottom. So for the grid pattern, it's you can pretty much look around. I might put a link to a grid pattern, but I just have one from a pack. You know, some grid pattern. It's not actually a grid pattern. It's like a predator pattern, which is but it works pretty well actually. And I just didn't feel like getting the grid pattern, you know, and I got my computer wiped. So yeah, that's why I just have this. So you're just gonna bring it on the Codezah text and above, and you just this is important, guys. You're gonna come over here, and you're gonna change this to lighten screen. Usually screen works the best for these things, and you can see it makes a nice grid pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but then if you want, since it's kind of green, mine's kind of green. You can go into blending options, color overlay if you like, change it to like a gray or whatever. Okay, and then you're gonna go to blending options, and you put the opacity down, lout, and that can give it some shadow, but usually I just don't do that on these pictures because it can kind of do that to them, but that's personal preference. I think it looks pretty good this way. And for the text, I did put graphic design down here. I just used the Transformers font. Again, I might do a video with a bunch of fonts, but you can find these on the font and things like that. So I just did simple graphic design, and I moved it into the middle. You can resize the text if you want, and that's about it. Then you're gonna go ahead, save your text, save it as wherever you want, and save it as a PNG for the best quality. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial again, and that's basically it. I hope you liked it. Hope it looks good for you, and peace out. See you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.